Mods are deleting your video when it gets linked on the main H3 subreddit. I wonder why. They haven't had a problem spreading misinfo about me. Hmm. Hmm. Fucking bitch merch when? Dude, for real, actually. I need to make that. I need to make that merch. Fucking bitch. Vile bitch. That would go hard. Oh my god, dude. That would go crazy. How many hours of Balatro did you skip to make that video? I'll have you know. Oh, thanks, Amina. I'll have you know, guys, I did, in fact, beat Goldstake in Balatro. That's right. I did it. Yes. And I unlocked everything. I unlocked all the vouchers and all the jokers. And I have officially unlocked everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 No, there was a lot of things. I want to move into the content for today before we move on. There was a lot of things that I wanted to put in that video that I made, but I just I had to be picky and choosy because there were so many there was just so much that you could put into a video. And I didn't want to make it an hour and a half long, and I didn't want to not see my friends and family for 2 months. But like another thing that I thought would be funny is like making we're all looking for the guy who did this. We're all trying to find the guy who did this about like him being mad that people are like stealing his content. We're all looking for the guy that made fair use possible. We're all looking for him. Like I thought that would be funny. But again, there's so much like there's so much stupid shit that Ethan Klein has said and so many instances of him just like blatantly fucking lying that it's hard to fit everything into one video. But yeah, that was also that didn't make the final cut. I love the part where he said he made Hasan. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. What the hell? This was a pretty insane thing. Like, he's not even joking when he says this, which is crazy. Ham and Cheddar, thank you for the 4 months. You can make the Vile Bitch merch, has the same font as the Sabra logo. That might be memeing Too Close to the Sun.
Bro is straight up in that, like, Lebowski, Big Lebowski, like, sex predator vibe. He looks like someone at a Big Lebowski party, you know, where he...
Jackie Treehorn?
Yeah, he looks like he's at a Jackie Treehorn party. You know, fucking drunk women. Which surprisingly doesn't seem too far off from what he actually does do. Or has done, at least.
I think it's...
Whoa! Dude! That's literally defamation. I don't even know if he could hide behind, like, this is, like, parody or comedy or something. Because there was no comedic timing about that. There was no laughter. There was no, like, that was... And I think that's, like, the worst thing, by the way, about the recent Ethan Klein, like, crash out. Mods are deleting your video when it gets linked on the main H3 subreddit. I wonder why. They haven't had a problem spreading misinfo about me. Ethan has literally said he wants to get Hasan canceled. It's all malice, no parody. Yeah. I love that he hates the way that you think before you speak. It's so funny. I don't know why there's so many sections in his section. In his live stream about me. Sorry, I was making one point and then I started getting distracted into another point. But there's so many points where he's like, say something while he's actively paused. I know you don't collect your thoughts before speaking, but you shouldn't assume that other people are like you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Jesus. I'm waiting for a point before you finish talking. Anyways, I think the saddest thing, honestly, is like this crash out has totally ruined his brain. Maybe it was the Ozempic. I don't actually know if Ozempic does this to your brain, but whatever it is, it's really ruined his fucking brain. And it's sad that there are so many instances where he's doing these live streams and he sounds insane. Like, he genuinely doesn't sound well. He doesn't look great, and he doesn't look like he's doing okay. And he'll say some crazy vitriolic shit, and then it's just dead silent in the studio. This is the most vile bitch! Like, you could hear a pin drop. No comment from anyone because nobody knows what the fuck to do about their boss screaming at the top of his lungs like a psycho. So
Denims, remember, he is a comedian.
that's true. That is true. He is a comedian. Famously, when comedians speak, everyone sits there silently. I am disappointed in the crew, in the staff over at the H3 show. I am pretty disappointed because, like, you got to take a stand eventually, guys. You do. You have to. Like, honestly, genuinely, for fucking Ethan Klein's own good. Because people like Ethan Klein, there is a chance that they can pull themselves out of their hole if they stop being enabled.
I used to love this guy in high school. He used to be hilarious. Can't believe how awful he has turned out to be.
I mean, I thought
Feels
like he made
almost
funny
guilty
meme
watching him
videos.
crash out like this.
I think when he was just doing fun little meme videos, I thought he was pretty good. And then he got lazy and then started just doing this shit podcast where he just makes whatever content. And then I was like, even then I was like, well, this is just not for me. I'm not really a big live podcast person. And then he decided he wanted to talk about politics. It's so bizarre. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, I think a lot of people also can recognize, like, hey, who's the insane person here? The guy who's just making everyone his enemy, or the people he's attacking relentlessly? He went after Markiplier because Markiplier doesn't want to see cream pie jokes on his timeline about and imagine Ethan Klein and Hila. Like, that was weird for him. So he's like, yeah, I had to mute the page. That was weird. So he decided to do like a full anti-Markiplier segment on his stream about how he fakes his voice. And then, like, I remember the other day he decided to make enemies with Philip DeFranco because Philip DeFranco covers things very fairly. He's a lib. He's a good lib, but, like, he covers things very, very fairly. Why are you going after these people that are really well loved? Like, it doesn't make you look like you're on the normal side. This one.
Phil's not covering this because he can't meet right Hasan because he knows he's wrong. So you've seen from his chat when I called in, remember? His chat.
This is so pathetic as ex-Destiny Orbiter Hasan Piker. So pathetic. Ethan. Oh my God. Like, he knows how bad it looks currently right now in present day to associate yourself, but he still is collaborating currently. Why are you putting X when you are that? Like, it's, anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Chat, just like being absolutely toxically disgusting. That's his audience, right? He knows if he doesn't suck Hasan off, he's gonna have hell to pay in his audience.
Okay. This is so weird. This is so weird. Why are you attacking one of the most beloved creators on YouTube? Do you think that that's gonna help you? Do you think attacking Philip DeFranco, it's gonna help you? You see him lash out at Caroline Kwan. Get away from her! Get away from her! Oh, no, I didn't. You're welcome to link a timestamp. Like, not normal. Really, he's not being normal even a little bit.
Gun, get away from her.
Get away from her. Content nuke 2, how long do you think it'll be? 4 hours? If we're lucky. If we're lucky, it'll only be 4 hours. If we're lucky. Yeah, I don't want Ethan anymore. I want E-Fat again. I miss when he was less insane. I still don't think anyone, like, should say... I don't want to see the staff harassed. I don't. I mean, I never want to see anyone get harassed. Like, you guys have better things to do with your time, honestly, genuinely. But I don't really feel like targeting the staff. Like, that's so bizarre to me. But I am, like, disappointed because, like, you guys are enabling this behavior. Like, I'm not even talking about being complicit. I'm saying, like, do you think that he's going to realize that he's being insane without anyone in his inner circle pushing him on this? Like, actually pushing him. Not saying, I don't think you should do that. I'm saying, like, something meaningful. And you guys know that he's lying. You guys know that. And you're just sitting there. Come on. Fuck, dude. Come on. Which sucks because I don't dislike any of the staff. I don't really have a reason to. And I do think that there is, like, an inherent bad, like, power dynamic there that your employer is just fucking crashing out all the time. Especially because they seem to be able to easily drop Teddy Fresh staff. I'm sure they dropped their crew without a second thought. We saw what happened when Olivia tried to speak up. If you want people to get out, you need to support their other projects so they see that there's a soft place to land. Yeah. So, like, I don't know if any staff members see this, you know, you guys are obviously very clearly talented people. Let's be real. Ethan Klein is not the person doing all the work for his podcast. The reason that a lot of YouTubers, which I think also Bad and Banana correctly pointed this out, the reason that a lot of YouTubers switched from doing like videos to doing podcasts is because it's a lot easier to offshore the labor for a podcast. Someone else can do the researching, someone else can do the topic picking. All you have to do is just sit there and you already know what the talking points are and you get to just talk about it. Like, let's realistically, genuinely, there's a reason he didn't upload anything in 4 years because he doesn't want to work, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, to be very clear. I think that it's honestly, it's like fine. I mean, Philip DeFranco sort of does it where he has a team that pulls stories for him and he kind of just, reads it out because it's very time consuming and you're giving people jobs and you're giving them healthcare, hopefully. Yeah, cool. Also, it's not like the button erases the crew's memory. Why do they tolerate not speak out against deleted parts? I mean, again, it's because it's their employer and they want him to stop crashing out and they want him to go back to being normal. And they're just like genuinely waiting that like better days are coming. Also, Philip DeFranco doesn't take all the credit. Yeah, I mean, Philip DeFranco he's been pretty open about how he literally cannot make videos nowadays, if not for the fact that he has a dedicated, amazing staff that helps pull the stories, that helps fact check, that helps get everything correct, which is why he doesn't issue that many corrections. It's very rare, I feel like, that I've seen Philip DeFranco need to issue corrections. But again, it's because he has an amazing staff that works really hard. So all of that to say, to all the H3 staff, you guys are very clearly talented, okay? You guys very clearly can pick out stories. You guys very clearly can produce a good show. You guys have, if you didn't have good stage presence, for lack of better words, you would never be on camera. And the fact that you guys are on camera shows that you guys have talent and are fun to watch. And you should consider, I mean, I assume most of these people have at least put in some effort into trying to make their own stuff and make their own content and grow their own pages and channels and stuff. But you should consider going almost all in on that and really put a lot of effort in, because I think people really love the staff. Like, I mean, I love Olivia, like I do. I'm sure lots of other people in here feel the same way. I think, like, this is my worst take. I think Dan is a genuinely good person. Like, I don't think he's a bad person. And I think over the years, he's just been, like, grinded down. And he just doesn't care anymore about pushing back on Ethan. Because it's just not worth it. Like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And I think he's become complicit, which is sad because he's not stupid. Dan's not stupid. I think Ethan Klein is stupid and he's disingenuous, but Dan's not stupid. So it's sad that he like has decided to just give up on that. So yeah, Olivia's on Twitch now, Olivia the streamer. Yeah, you guys should go and give these people support if you can, because I want them to be able to have the option of moving away from H3 and being able to produce their own shows and their own content. Someone who's watched every episode since 2020, I can say I miss the crew and hearing their points, but listening to Ethan is so insufferable that it's hard to even tune in. The crew is the reason that Ethan Klein is able to put on a podcast 4 times a week. To be clear, I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that that's cool. Having producers help you put together a show and they get to work on something that they genuinely like working on, I think that's cool. I think it's cool, especially when you've been on YouTube for as long as Ethan Klein's been on YouTube. Again, comparing him to Philip DeFranco. Yeah, this was crazy. This was insane behavior. I think he came off really unhinged in this
Kwan,
segment.
Who is a friend of Hasan's.
She
is a political streamer. I hear she's very nice, but I will say this. She's very dumb. Just like...
It seems like all of the women that you highlight on your stream are dumb. Must just be a coincidence. It's insane, by the way, to call Caroline Kwan dumb. Like, she's actually, like, that's... You're fucking delusional if you think that. Like, you're actually a fucking moron. I don't know what to tell you.
Being nice and being
also,
dumb.
She doesn't even claim to be a political streamer. She's a pop culture streamer. And if you've watched any of her streams, you'll know that that's what she wants to do. What she wants to do more than anything else is talk about Hollywood, talk about movies, talk about how media is impacted by social norms and by the current political climate, and how the current political climate is impacted by media, like where the intersection of these things is. Like, that's what she wants to talk about. Personally, she's also very invested in like actual political action, protesting, engaging in mutual aid, etc. She was responsible for Hasan's interview with the incarcerated firefighters. Like what? I wouldn't be surprised if most of the mutual aid and on the grounds activism that Hasan has done on his stream was mostly organized or suggested by Caroline, because she's very invested. She's very invested in trying to make the world a better place. And when you stream like Hasan does, like fucking 10 hours a day every fucking day, you don't have as much time to sit there and plan and organize these like streams for these rallies, for these protests, for mutual aid. And she rightfully gets Hasan to do a lot of these really important streams. So to attack her is bizarre to me. Like, what's your moral high ground is that you donated $6,000 when you're a fucking millionaire? Fucking grats, dude. What do you want, a fucking award? Oh, you clearly love Palestine so much, which is why you spend all this time spreading anti-Arab, anti-Muslim propaganda about them being super violent.
They're actually, a lot of times they go together. Sometimes the dumber you are, the nicer you are. We just look at Mice of Men, for example. She's like Lenny.
Like Lenny?
She's Lenny, except obviously totally
like Lenny.
Like, and spiritually, she's like Lenny. She's the girlfriend of Hasan's friend,
Will Neff.
AB from
Will Neff.
H3
Another
Slusher.
nice guy.
Yeah, I think I met. By the way, this is not personal. He was there when I did the podcast with them, right? Nice, very nice guy. Loved him. If you want to be my friend instead of Hasan's, it's open. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to exclude your girlfriend, though.
I met him at the
leave your
creator
girlfriend.
class. He was really nice. He said he was a fan of the show.
Who is?
Will Neff.
That's where that breaks my heart. You know, in the divorce, his son's gonna get Will Neff. But just know, my friend, it's not personal. But
This is like fan behavior. Like, this is just go write fan fiction. That would be more normal. Just go on AO3 and write some fan fiction. That would be more normal than what you're doing right now. Like, these are people who have been friends for over a decade. You were friends with Hasan over the internet. I don't even know if they ever even did, like, hung out privately IRL. Would this be classified as a midlife crisis being publicized on the internet? Oh, absolutely. This is a
Here's to
midlife
Ethan.
crisis. Have you ever had someone confidently but obviously weasel themselves into your friend group? It feels just like that. Yeah. The fact that you were friends with Hasan for like a year or 2 years maybe, and you guys, as far as I saw, didn't really spend that much time IRL just hanging out, to comment on other people's friendship of over a decade is crazy. That's insane. Well, I know better than these guys because I did a show with Hasan for a year. Like, do you hear yourself, man? Get help.
and she's not a nobody. She's on Twitch. She's definitely like an orbiter, Hasan orbiter, I would say. I don't know. I mean, Will Neff he's kind of an Hasan orbiter, isn't he? I don't know how popular is he.
Yeah, no,
Guy who only knows the word orbiter. The word you're looking for is friends, which you would know if you had any, Ethan. The word's called, it's called friends. That's what the word is. I wonder where he got that word from. I wonder where he got the term orbiter from. I'm sure he made it up himself and didn't get it from a specific community.
AB from H3 slept in a car parking area with his girlfriend, live streamed the entire thing. You know, I just have to say something. I don't comment on Ethan, okay? But I saw his post where there were fires that were close by his house, and he mentioned like he was still thinking of Hasan, and it honestly made me sad. Like, I'm not trying to do the whole, okay, as somebody who has now had to evacuate, I'm not trying to, like, I don't want to center myself in everything that's happened because there are people who've experienced worse.
But I'm going to.
But truly.
Yeah, but truly.
As someone who has
As someone who is going to center this around themselves.
I like how she was literally evacuated from her home. So she was literally in a special circumstance. And then he pretends like he was in the same boat as her.
These people, they forgot what a joke is. This is what being a leftist is online, by the way, these days. Ethan said a joke? No way, dude! Holy fuck!
You know, for someone who pretends to be a comedian, he really doesn't say a lot of funny things. I don't even know that he knows what a joke is. Like, he doesn't have good comedic timing. He very clearly seems personally impacted by these things. Like, he just kind of comes off more unhinged than anything else, which good comedians don't look insane when they're making the jokes. Like, part of being a comedian is being able to say, well, I can make these jokes because I don't care, and you shouldn't care either. But when you actually care a lot, you look crazy to be screaming at everyone around you and then be like, it's just a joke. I was just saying all these terrible things about these people because I was joking. Whoa! Is his 4-hour Hasan nuke a joke? I mean, it didn't make me laugh. It just kind of made me experience mental damage and psychic damage. I wanted to show you guys one other thing. Because there was the Ethan Klein accusing Hasan of like sexual misconduct, which is, I'm pretty sure that's like defamation per se. And then there's like the whole terrible saga of Ethan Klein calling Raph, the person who was on the podcast, or not the podcast, the panel, who originally had the idea to do like this tier list, who happens to be Jewish. He's been calling him a token. Ethan Klein has been calling a Jewish man a token Jew for, not agreeing with him, which is, I don't know, as an idea, widely anti-Semitic, kind of an insane person thing to do. Kind of insane, a little bit insane. But hey, what do I know, right? Ethan Klein clearly is the master at knowing what is and what is not anti-Semitism. He's capable. I remember. Oh my God, did you guys see the most recent delusion? Oh fuck, dude, shit. Did you see the person who reached out and said, hey, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't work with H3 Productions anymore. And then he put on his story, this is because we're Israeli, when it doesn't say anything in the email about them being Israeli. Dude, I saw that even his own subreddit saw that shit and was like, sorry, can we just agree for a second that nowhere in this it says that? It doesn't say that. And he almost doxed them live on air. No, never mind. It was her story. Sorry. Misinfo. Sorry. Apologies. It was her story. It was her Instagram story. Here it is. Okay. Took a second to find. So this is the email. Ugh, I fucking hate Reddit. They don't let you like zoom into the photos. You can't have to like save the photo. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll just read it out. The email says, I'm sorry, I can't be associated with this company. Thanks for the consideration. And Hila posted on her story, the artist I wanted to collaborate with decided I can't be associated with because I'm Israeli. I've followed him for years and always supported him, and I have an original painting of his at my house when we talk about how serious the rise in anti-Semitism is. This is why it's scary for us. It's now so casual to just not want to associate with an Israeli just because I was born there. Where does it say that? Where does it say that? All it says is I can't associate with this company anymore. I don't know, because of the numerous terrible PR decisions Ethan Klein has took the company under. Where literally nowhere in this email does it say it's because you're Israeli. The victim complex is fucking insane. I have no words. I just have no words. Oh no, did he double down? I haven't seen this. I'm 100% on Ethan Hila's and this whole thing. However, I think it's unfair to make such a serious allegation against this artist. They didn't say they didn't want to work with her because she's an Israeli. All they said is that they didn't want to work with Teddy Fresh. There could be 100 different reasons for that. What I don't understand is, do you really think that artists were working with Hila and not knowing that she's Israeli when her and Ethan Klein mention it every second that they can? In the past year, I think I've heard Ethan and Hila talk about being Israeli Jews almost only like a billion times. If it took this long for someone to stop collaborating with Teddy Fresh, maybe it's not because you're Israeli and because of all the terrible shit you and your husband can't stop fucking saying online. If this person was anti-Semitic, why would they work with you in the first place? This doesn't even make any sense. I'm going to answer this because I've seen Hila getting enough shit from the scumbags on the internet. Dude, you know what I will say? Fuck, dude. Get you someone like Ethan Klein, okay? And I know what you're thinking. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hear me out. I have never seen a guy simp for his wife so hard. Like this guy, she could probably like burn 20 orphanages and he'd be like, there were terrorists in there. And I love my wife and she doesn't do anything wrong ever. Actually, fuck those kids. They didn't deserve to live anyway. He would say he would do that. Like this guy, this is the ultimate wife guy, okay? So when you're looking for a spouse, like find someone that will defend all of your actions no matter what forever. I'm joking, obviously. You should find someone that holds you accountable and actually pushes you on crazy shit that you might believe. This is someone she has had an existing relationship with. They've never had an issue with any of our other controversies over years. There is no reason for the shortness of the answer as they've been amicable and friendly until now. They're also a Hasan fan, active in the online activist circles that target us. You like to hope that people can prioritize a personal relationship and see through the bullshit that people say about us, but it's not always like that. Also, I don't know why some of you guys have a hard time believing this. Brad Does Music was literally canceled for taking a picture with us and forced to apologize. This has been a constant issue for Israeli artists since October 7th. We're not taking any accountability for the things that we say anymore. No, it couldn't possibly be any of the awful, horrible shit that you've said over the past year. It must be that you're Israeli. Do you hear yourself, man? This is crazy. This is insane. It's the Simpsons meme. Am I out of touch? No, it's everybody else that's in the wrong. Yeah. And then I saw that he was taking digs at like Stanzi, get away from her, and also at Creators for Palestine, which is really weird that he was taking issue with that, with like an amazing fundraiser put together by a lot of wonderful people that I also got to participate in a little bit. I did a food segment, so that was. It was fun. It was fun. And it was cool because we got to raise over $1 million. Like, fucking amazing. But anyways, Hasan Kadir, he responded to Ethan Klein.
Ethan Klein went on his podcast yesterday and said this about Creators for Palestine.
Creators for Palestine raised $1.6 million. That's fantastic. Literally negligible. They've received billions of fucking dollars. It's a good thing. Has $1.6 million had an outcome on?
So that's negligible, but you felt the need to mention that you donated $6,500. So that's negligible, but Frogan insulting Ludwig was not acceptable for donating $10K. You need to keep a consistent position here, man. Because my position's always been the same. I mean, any amount of money donated is good, and we should applaud people, encourage people to donate to humanitarian causes. But to suddenly decide $1 million is negligible is crazy. It's crazy. When you went on air like a hypocrite saying, how dare Frogan say that 10K is nothing? How about you pick a position and you stay consistent on it? I'm consistent on this position. Any amount of money donated is good. How about you pick a consistent one?
On anything happening in Gaza? Absolutely fucking not. Has it helped people? Sure. Has it helped fucking the actual like movement? No. Like, raise money. That's good. That's the easiest fucking thing you can do is just give money, right? Good. Let's talk about real activism. Let's talk about enacting meaningful change.
It's not real activism. It didn't make a single difference in Gaza. He's lost his mind. It's crazy how much I used to look up to H3. They were the fathers of fair use. And now he's just sitting here crashing out for days on end because Hasan Piker won't watch his silly little class project. That $1.69 million, and I put the 9 there because it was $1.693 million, so it's pretty close to 1.7, so we'll round up. That $1.69 million helped so many individuals, and no, it absolutely did not solve the crisis. That's not what we set out to do. If we had the power to do that, we would have done that 1,000 times over, but no amount of YouTubers coming together is going to solve what's happening in Gaza. We wanted to do two things: use our platform to spread awareness and help in the ways that we can and raise the money that we can. And if you can't understand that, Ethan, if you can't like mentally understand that that's activism, you're an idiot. We pulled together creators from every single corner of the internet, people who have nothing in common, people who have never, ever talked about any political topic in public, and we got them to speak out about Palestine. We gave them the forum to use their platform for The whole point was to get people who have never talked about these kinds of issues, who have never cared about these kinds of issues, and put them in front of them. And I think we did exactly that. From the Try Guys to Curtis Connors to everybody that we had together in that room, it reached so many corners of the internet and reached so many more people than we'd ever had before. That's activism. And then beyond that, VidCon was 2 weeks later, and I can't tell you how many creators came up to me and said, thank you for doing that, asked on how they could be a part of the next event we do, asked what they could do from their own communities and their own platform because they've been terrified to speak out. But seeing guys like Curtis Connor, seeing guys like the Try Guys put their whole platforms out there on the line and say, I don't care what the U.S. government says about where they're going to send their dollars and who they're going to weaponize, I'm going to support this human rights violation. That's the activism, Ethan. It's using your platform to spread awareness. And on top of that, you're just implying that none of us did anything else. Lots of us marched at rallies. Lots of us spoke to our lawmakers, called our senators, called our local government officials, and made it very clear this is an issue to us. And here's a clip from his content nuke where he talks about how he donated $6,500 to Palestine.
Despite what you've read on TikTok and Twitter, I've donated $6,500 to posterity after the war started.
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500.
When he was called out about this on Twitter and on Threads, he
I also wanted to say really quickly,
DNML.
This is unrelated, but was Chat Chat as magical as she is in her videos? Yes, correct. She was able to spontaneously disappear from sight and then appear in the most funny moments. It was very impressive. I want to learn how to do that. The TLDR is that Ethan Klein has yet to show even a single bit of admiration or respect or even like point at some type of resistance against Israel's genocide in Gaza and say that it's good. Every instance of people attempting to resist genocide is wrong in his book. And I'm not talking about October 7th. I'm talking about, for example, the blockade or the ship that was taken by the Houthis. First of all, he literally misreported on that, even though the video came out 2 weeks after it was announced that the crew was completely unharmed, safe, and everyone was totally okay. And despite the fact that he claims that the boat is registered in the Isles of Man, so it can't possibly be an Israeli ship, it clearly has to be just some random other thing. It's somebody else's ship, even though in the screenshot that he shows in the video, it literally says that it's owned by an Israeli couple. He just lied for like an entire 3 minutes straight on that. But if you are not in favor of an attempt at a blockade at preventing goods from entering a country actively engaging in genocide, where none of the ship's crew was harmed, there was no harm to people, only meaningful blockade of goods, what are you support of? What are you in support of? What is meaningful activism for Palestinians against the genocide committed by Israel? Show me what is proof. If that's not proof, what are you in support of? Like, it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. He does this grandstanding. Oh, all you did was donate money. But God forbid anyone tries to do anything meaningful and stop resources from entering Israel. And it's like, how could you guys do this? It's really fucked up that you guys would do this. What? You just want to have your cake and eat it too. You want you want to morally grandstand that people donating money isn't activism. But when people do activism that doesn't harm any civilians or any people, you call that terrorism and say it's bad. What is meaningful change to you that is meaningful activism that would help end this genocide that you're in support of? He's against any support. He just won't say it and uses the money he donated as a shield. Yeah. And then he like references a post from like 2018 where he's like, see, I said Israel does bad things sometimes. You know what terrorism is? Terrorism is blowing up, hundreds, thousands of pagers, killing innocent civilians and maiming thousands more innocent civilians. That's fucking terrorism. I don't see you talking about that. I don't see you denouncing that. I don't see you condemning that. Pathetic, dude. Just fucking pathetic. Get off your high horse, stop the finger wagging, and show us what you would consider meaningful change that isn't terrorism, please. Or is it just like brown people equals terrorism?
When he was called out about this on Twitter and on Threads, he decided to come after Stanzi Potenza and go out of his way to say, how much money did you personally donate? That's such a stupid conversation point. So many creators, because I run Creators for Palestine. I see the back end. I see every donation. I can't tell you how many creators donated $10,000 plus $25,000 and more, but didn't make a public statement about it and didn't try and say, hey, look at me. I'm a good guy. I did something that's the most basic human necessity. Hey, I'm a millionaire, so I decided to give some of my money. And unlike Ethan, didn't make it a shield to say, hey, I don't have these horrible political beliefs. No, because I donated $6,500 to Palestine. Therefore, I made a difference. And then he's going to come out and criticize Creators for Palestine. And for what? Ethan, I was a massive fan of you growing up. I can't tell you how much I looked up to you as the father of fair use and for dunking on horrible, cringy people on the internet, but you've become exactly what you were against back in the day. You have the kind of life people dream of. You're a multi-millionaire, you got your kids, you have everything you could want, and you spend every day sitting on the internet crying and whining and moaning. Get offline and get your mental health in order. You have absolutely lost it. And don't you dare ever disrespect Creators for Palestine or any other charity again. When you're sitting there talking, you're calling us to do some real activism. What the hell have you done? Was your content new real activism? Was telling everybody that, oh my God, big reveal, Hasan Piker's a socialist. Of course he's a socialist. He's been a radical socialist the whole time. That's who he's been. That's not real activism either.
He's literally the newsflash, asshole. He's been a radical leftist the whole fucking time.
Why don't you get off, go enjoy your millions of dollars, your wonderful life, and then do some real activism if you care about it, instead of sitting in your stupid podcast chair, yelling at your employees, treating everybody you know like crap, because you know, Ethan, multiple people in your life haven't spoken to you because they're nervous of how you'd react in public, but privately, tons of your friends have talked to me and to others about how worried they are about you and your mental health because you've absolutely flying off the handle. Get it together.
Yep. Good response. Ethan is apparently threatening to sue you and other creators for violating fair use by watching his video. It's so disingenuous. It's absolutely insane. I mean, it's literally like, again, I'm sorry I have to keep memeing it, but it's literally the clip. We're all looking for the guy who did this. We're all looking for the guy that made fair use possible.
Oh, is he going to claim he's going to sue? Is he implying he's going to sue Denims for violating his Oh, please.
It's pathetic.
Sure. So Hasan definitely should not watch his nuke then. Right? We're all in agreement, Hasan.
This is what I keep saying. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to be able to threaten people and say, you can't watch my content. That's cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating. But also, Hasan, watch it. Hasan, watch it. Hasan, watch it. Hasan, watch it.
Should not, and apparently cannot watch his video because Ethan Klein doesn't like people violating his copyright. Hasan can't watch it now. Man, that sucks. Man. He was totally going to do it too. Now he can't. Now he can't watch it.
Fucking Hasan, dude. You're telling me this guy is a socialist? I'm shocked. He's just mad at you and your and Mike's viewership increase. Yeah, I mean, he's literally just pissed that, like, his content is so bad that it gives other people relevancy.
Probably like a couple K.
Couple K.
Does he really get a couple K?
Yeah, 6,000 subscribers.
Well, but this is in the post-nuke world, right? Where they're all juicing.
And then Denims was like, what, 1,200 or something?
1.5.
Yeah. 1.5.
Last year. It's increased a lot since Hasan fallout.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's literally why I'm here. Thank you, Ethan. Welcome, Fallen HC fans. Welcome. It's so pathetic. Oh god, it's so pathetic. Oh my god. Which, by the way, I'm like 99% sure this is the reason he's tried so hard to like discredit me and to not even mention me because I think he was afraid of giving me more relevancy. But I think my presence, there's something about me just saying whatever the fuck I feel like saying, the way that I say it, that really pisses off annoying shitlords on the internet that he literally couldn't resist. He couldn't control himself. Like, he was like, oh, I need to do this fucking bitch, this fucking bitch, this vile, this, like, I could see, he was like holding back slurs. I could tell that he wanted to say more. I could tell, say it. Say your shit, Ethan. Say your shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Your gender political, your race political, your politics political. Ethan crashed out about it. He got so mad he button pressed twice when talking about me on his stream. It was pathetic. It's really sad. Anyways, sorry, this tweet made me lose it. This is the tweet of, this is the section of their show yesterday or the day before. I don't know, where she calls in crying because people don't want to work with Teddy Fresh anymore because, you know, it's a giant PR nightmare to work with Teddy Fresh. But this quote tweet is Ethan Klein tried to nuke Hasan, but instead he misfired at his wife's adult daycare clothing sweatshop. To be clear, I do think that, like, over the years, Teddy Fresh has had some good merch. Anyways.
Ela sent a message, wanted you to see this Instagram post.
The artist I wanted to collaborate with decided I don't want to be associated because I'm Israeli. Here's the quote. Sorry, I can't be associated with this company. Thanks for considering. I followed them for years, always supported them, and I have an ongoing painting of his at my house. When we talk about how serious the rise in anti-Semitism, this is why it's scary for us. It's now so casual to just not want to associate with an Israeli just because I was born there. And this is the result of Hasan's type of activism.
I'm just annoyed because it's not the first one. There's another person right now that is.
What does this have to do with Hasan? We're just making shit up now. Like, it's the bicycle meme. It's this. This is Elon and Ethan deciding that they are going to be blatantly pro-Israel as often as they can on their show. And then when they experience consequences for their actions and for their words, they're like, this is all Hasan's fault. Why would Hasan do this?
Doing the same thing to me, somebody that I'm already working with.
Also, Hasan has said so many times he hopes Ethan gets better, even while being straight up defamed by H3. But Ethan has said in the same episode he wants Hasan and Frogan to lose everything. Oh yeah, I mean even right now, genuinely. I mean I'm a fucking rehabilitation fucking leftist loser. Even today, I want Ethan Klein to get better. I want him to take time off from his show. I want him to fix whatever problems are happening in his life that's making him be insane on the internet, and I want him to get better. And I want him to get on his show and use this platform for good and be like, actually, sorry, I was insane for the past year. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. I'm actually going to stop. I'm going to be normal again. All right. That would be great, dude. That would be sick. I want him to get better. But he doesn't. How could Hasan personally send this message to Ela?
This is the result of this activism that this is the result of Hasan's activism. This is what it resounds to. Alienation, hate, racism, and zero fucking progress for people in Gaza. Zero. I mean,
he actively didn't help make sure we don't get Trump in office. So
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Now I hope he's happy with like Trump-Landia that we're gonna get there. There should be a Hasan Street there, the Hasan Square.
That's a good point. Hasan Piker
Alexa,
Way.
Play chestnuts.
I didn't say that and not realize you sound insane. You sound I don't mean to be mean, man, but you sound like a crazy person. What the fuck does an artist dropping you have to do with Hasan? You think that because you decided to crash out for a year about your ex leaving you, that suddenly he's responsible for everything you've done? You know what's interesting? In this giant campaign about anti-Semitism and how it's propagating and how Hasan is leading the charge and all of this stuff or whatever, he points out like the most pathetic examples, aka people criticizing Israel, which is not the same, and it's anti-Semitic. It's anti-Semitic to even just suggest that criticizing Israel means that you are criticizing Jews. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure he'll do a full content nuke on Twitch streamer Kachi doing a Nazi salute on stream, right? Because he just really cares. He just really, really, really cares about anti-Semitism, which is why he personally makes such anti-Semitic jokes. Enough about the Kachi stuff. Enough about the Ethan persistent crash out. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about.
Did you see Hasan ripped off your background? All he did was change the color.
Okay, finally, some good Hasan hate. Fucking finally. Fucking finally, dude. He fucking stole my whole shit, bar for bar. I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. This vile bitch. Okay, that's the last time I'm gonna do that joke. Dude, I'm mad. I'm not actually mad. I think it's a dope background. Learn from the best. I respect it. Bro. Damn, you even stole my color? Dude, fuck. Bar for bar. What the hell? Yo, can I copy your homework a little bit? Yeah, just change it up a little. Bruh. Unbelievable. I'm just playing. Maybe it's just the OCD in me. It always used to fucking drive me crazy looking at his background. And I want to be honest, guys, I stole this background from other streamers. There were other streamers that I would watch and I was like, ooh, that's kind of sexy. So like, really, I am literally joking. It's super common. Yeah. Well, because it just like it looks good on stream. I don't know why, but it just vibes well. It just looks good. I like the slightly thicker shelves, but I respect it. I respect getting the look at the giant tower, dude. Yeah, this is crazy, by the way. This is what I was talking about earlier. I just didn't have a source for it, but I do now. Esteban, this is in H3H3 Productions. Esteban hanging out with Frogan and Token. Yes, Ethan Klein, continue calling the Jewish person that disagrees with you a token. That really makes you look like you care a lot about anti-Semitism. Holy anti-Semitism, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt, assume this is going to be deleted, but it will never be deleted from his video. Yeah, I mean, Ethan Klein in his own video calls Raf, the guy on the right, he calls him a token because he's Jewish and is against the state of Israel, you know, committing a genocide, and frequently disagrees with Ethan Klein and makes fun of him. So now he's considered a token.
That's fucking
Good.
Serb-Tankian.
Yeah. Well, they're calling this guy Esteban because of, like, I don't know, facial hair. I don't know what the Esteban meme is. I don't really understand. I haven't followed up with it. Zionist sending R-word threats. Dude, my tweet on, I made like 1 or 2 tweets on Ethan Klein, and like in the replies, there's people calling me a sand N-word. Meanwhile, the worst thing I've seen anyone in here say is like, Ethan Klein looks like a crazy person. Because, you know, he does. He does look like, he looks insane. He looks like the Pepe Sylvia meme.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tremendous opportunity here. Denims on Twitch is the best, believe me. Top of the line. Nobody does it better than Denims. Nobody. And let me tell you, you're going to love it. It's fantastic. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's going to be huge, huge, I tell you. Subscribe to Denims on Twitch. Won't regret it, folks. Thank you very much appreciated.